8 truly wild Hollywood family stories. 1. Glenn Close's parents were in a cult. When Close was 7, they joined moral rearmament. For the next 15 years, she was a member. She toured the world with the MRA singing group, Up the People. Close says, it brought her emotional and psychological devastation. Her dad was the personal physician of Mobutu Sese Seko. Mobutu was the brutal dictator of Zaire. 2. Jack Nicholson thought his mother was his sister. His parentage was uncovered by Time magazine. Jack's sister June was actually his mother. His other sister Lorraine turned out to be his aunt. The woman Jack thought was his mother was his grandmother. Nicholson was stunned by the news. Both his grandmother and mother were dead by then.
I was very impressed by their ability to keep the secret, if nothing else.
Nicholson said. 3. Liv Tyler had no idea who her dad was. She grew up thinking Todd Rundgren was her dad. He signed her birth certificate, even though he had his doubts. When Liv was 8, she saw her younger sister Mia at an Aerosmith gig. Mia looked just like her twin.
She looked exactly like me. I looked at my mom and she had tears in her eyes, and I kind of put it all together.
Liv Rundgren then changed her name to Liv Tyler. 4. Rose McGowan grew up in a polygamous cult. Her family lived in Florence, Italy. Rose's father ran an Italian chapter of the Children of God. The group encouraged members to have sex at a young age. So Rose's dad escaped in the middle of the night. He took Rose, her 2 sisters, and his other wife with him.
We hid in an old stone house.
McGowan recalled.
The cult sent people to find us. I remember a man trying to break in with a hammer.
5. Leighton Meester was born in a federal prison. Her mother was doing time on drug-related charges. She was allowed to give birth in a hospital, but she still had 16 months left to serve. Baby Leighton lived in a halfway house. Then her grandmother took her in.
It makes me very non-judgmental and open-minded.
Leighton said. 6. Julia Roberts' birth was covered by Coretta Scott King. Julia's parents were actors who ran a theater school. Among the attendees were Martin Luther King's children. When Julia was born, her parents couldn't afford the hospital bill. The Reverend's wife, Coretta Scott King, paid it for them. She wanted to thank them for accepting her kids. 7. Charlize Theron saw her mom kill her dad. He was an abusive alcoholic who often threatened his family. One night when Charlize was 15, he grabbed a gun. She and her mother barricaded themselves in a room. He started shooting through the door. Charlize's mother took out her own gun and killed him.
This story really is about growing up with addicts and what that does to a person.
Charlize says. 8. Dennis Hopper's father came back from the dead. Dennis grew up in the 1940s. One day, the military sent a notice to his mother. Dennis's father had been killed in the Pacific. They mourned him until VJ Day. Then he suddenly returned from the dead. The death notice had been a cover, as he served as a spy.
Now wouldn't that make you a paranoiac?
Dennis joked.